Hey guys, welcome to my first ever video. I believe I'll be calling the channel Dan the Sportsman, I believe. But it will be, in short, to summarize, I'll be talking about an array of sports, mainly mixed martial arts, the UFC mainly, and I'll be doing a video before every card, potentially going to sort of Cage Warriors, PFL, Bellator as well. Also, be talking about football, the real football, not soccer, the real football slash soccer, sorry, and an array of leagues there as well. Portuguese league, which is where I'm from, and the team I support. The Premier League, of course, which I follow, and it's in the country I live in as well. Love watching Serie A, Bundesliga, and La Liga as well. So I'll probably be following them, maybe a bit of League One. Who knows? We'll see how much interaction this gets or want for it, I guess. Um, I myself live in England. I'm a practitioner of mixed martial arts from an amateur point of view. So yeah, I love MMA. I've been following the sport for years. I've gone to live events, and I'm really looking forward to this card tomorrow. So let's dive straight into it. I don't want to dilly dally for too long, but I'll start off with Miranda Maverick versus Andrea Lee. I think Miranda Maverick beats her, takes her out of there, submits her, does whatever she wants to her. Andrea Lee will probably be cut after this fight, but I think Miranda wins in the distance. A lot of people think this is going decision. I don't see it that way. I think she's the A side here, so I think Miranda Maverick wins that one there. Val Woodburn versus the Welsh gangster Oban Elliott, who I do rate and watched a lot of his fights in Cage Warriors. I think Woodburn, his UFC debut was against Bo Nickel, and he got, was it 28 seconds? That Bo Nickel KO'd him. It was 38 seconds, sorry. Um, yeah, I think Woodburn wins here actually. He's a massive underdog. And I do like the Welsh gangster. I just think that the jitters will get the best of him. I've been watching his team stories and stuff in this fight week, and he just looks a bit, like it's a lot for him. I don't know how to explain it. So if I was sort of from a betting point of view, I'd say Val Woodburn would probably be. It's a dog or pass situation for me personally. Maybe he takes him down and keeps him there for the whole 3 rounds, or maybe a TKO from the ground game. I'd imagine. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Now, Marco Rogério de Lima versus Junior Tafanel. It was supposed to be Justin. Crazy stuff. Justin obviously got injured, and just before I press record, Junior Tafa was confirmed as stepping in for his brother, which is awesome. I think that's awesome. I don't think my opinions changed too much. The Tafa brothers have zero ground game. Roger De Lima can get a submission there as well. I'll be very interesting to see how he is after the Derek Lewis fight. New teeth, I believe he got his whole front teeth got taken out and changed. So that'll be super interesting. So I'm really looking forward to that. But it's either a tougher round one or the Lima 2 or 3. I'd say maybe. But it'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see. If I'm just going to go straight pick, I'll say Marcos Jed de Lima. Let me see what the updated odds are actually. Now that Junior is there. Sorry for the delay. Let me just have a quick scan on this. Junior Tafa is 2.87. Marcos Jed de Lima is 1.44. Interesting. Not too differential. Yeah, I'll probably stick to that. If I gun to my head, I'm picking De Lima to win that fight. Ming Yan Zhang versus Brenton Ribeiro. I'm super excited for this fight. Two absolute killers. My prediction will be the fight doesn't leave round one, to be honest. I think if someone's getting KO'd here, I had Brenton Ribeiro. I had a big ticket on him for his Dana White Contender Series fight against Brun Lopes. I just had a look at it recently actually to remember myself. I believe it was 25-1, which in American would be 2,500, I believe, in euros. 23-1, sorry. Yeah, for round one, KO slash TKO. That was an awesome fight. Ming Yang Zhang was obviously in the road to UFC, which I believe he wasn't even due to supposed to be in originally, which is quite interesting. Official prediction isn't. It doesn't get to round two. In terms of who wins, who's more skilled, I think people were sleeping on Brenton before the the fight against Bryn Lopes, and that's why I went on into him. I thought I saw the value. Now it's pretty close, but I think Ming Yang Zhang's probably the better fighter anyway. So if I was to choose, it's Ming Yang Zhang round one. But again, it's like heavyweights who love to kill, so you can go either way really. To be honest, Rinya Nakamura versus Carlos Vera. Carlos Vera was in the. Sorry, my dog is painting. I think I need to put him outside. But Carlos Vera was in the latest Tough season in McGregor's team. I was really excited to see him. Very heavily Taekwondo. He's got a couple of submissions on his record as well. Nakamura is a qualifier, obviously a very good fighter, and the biggest favourite on the card. I don't even see the value in Vera, to be honest, unless he gets very freak guillotine or a random KO. I just don't see how he wins, to be honest. I think Nakamura is better everywhere. Vera has a very weird style, a Taekwondo type style, which you don't see as much in the UFC, barring Wonder Boy and whatnot. So that's different. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Nakamura runs past him unless it's a freak submission catch or KO. That'll be it. Josh Quinlan versus Danny Barlow. I think Barlow is going to beat him. Again, another Dana White Contender Series alumni. I think alumni. Yeah, I think Danny Barlow wins. I think it's KO. I think round 2, round 3 props are good. I think fight doesn't go the distance. I can see Quinlan putting the pressure on as well. Be interesting to see how Danny Barlow's ground game has been, if it has been improved, because I do like Quinlan. His last fight was good as well. But yeah, I think Danny Barlow passes the test. He's got a nuke of a left hand, so we'll see. Next fight, Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern. Most of the people that I follow, that I speak to, that I watch are on the Lemos side. I think Mackenzie Dern submits her, to be completely honest. Amanda Lemos hasn't got a good ground game. I know Mackenzie Dern has been a bit of a rut, and she got dropped about 5 or 6 times probably in her last fight against Jessica Andrade. But I like Dern. I see the value in it. Dern by submission. Lemos, even the standing, was it the head and arm choke? Standing head and arm choke against Jessica Andrade again. Was just too concerning for me. And Mackenzie Dern, as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, is just on another level. So I think all she needs to do is get hold of her, and the fight's over. So we'll see how that turns out. Fluffy vs Kopilov, the main card, and my god, these are all banging fights. And I think Fluffy versus Roman Kopilov is going to be an absolute banger. I think Fluffy wins. Wow, the favourite. Ooh. Yeah, I think Fluffy wins. It's going to be an awesome fight. I've seen a lot of people on the Roman side as well. Round 1 or bust for me, Roman. I think Fluffy's pressure is too much. The only thing that concerns me is if Roman Kopilov starts sort of spamming those liver body kicks, which he likes to do. Fluffy's a bit soft on that side of things, so that's the only thing that slightly concerns me. But I think Fluffy has enough pressure to just take him down. Could even be a TKO or KO, but he can submit him as well. I think the fight doesn't go the distance. It's a good play, but I think Fluffy is one of my favourites in this card to win as well, in terms of most confident picks from that point of view. Merab vs Henry. I've been 50-50 on this fight all week. I really like Henry Cejudo. I like his brashness, his mentality, his commitment to the sport, or to combat sports in general. King of cringe and whatnot. And I know some of the stuff he does are bizarre, like when he fired his coach on Embedded, was it? This week was so stupid and just... I don't know what was going through his head. If that's real or not, if it's a skit, who knows? But yeah, I think he's a very smart, intelligent fighter. He knows what he's doing. He's obviously trained up with John Jones before his fights. He trained with Davison Figueiredo before his fights with Moreno as well. He's a super intelligent guy, and I really do see him winning this. I'm just concerned about the age, and one thing that concerns me is talking about retiring if he loses this fight, which really concerns me. That really concerns me. I'm still going to pick Henry. I still think Henry wins. It's going to be a good fight. Obviously, Merab's a machine. He's going to put non-stop pressure. Henry seemed fired up after the weigh-ins. It concerns me. I'm saying that he's going to retire after if he loses. That type of thing doesn't sit well with me. Next fight, Jeff Hands of Steel Neal versus Ian Machado Gary. Let me start with Jeff Neal. Good fighter, obviously. Just inconsistent. The Jeff Neal that fought the Neil Magny, awful, and then the Jeff Neal that fought Shagvat, which even though he lost, he had a tremendous performance. I don't see how Jeff Neal wins this fight. I think Ian is better everywhere, and I know people hate on him because of the whole personal stuff, and I don't really give a shit about that. I'm here to talk about which fighter I think is going to win the fight and whatnot. I don't think any of that it takes into account unless it affects his mentality going into the fight, which is a different situation. Which I don't think it will do. He seems pissed off. He seemed pissed off in the weigh-ins as he just spoke to Bisping and Sanko and Bobby Green. He seems like he wants to prove a point, and he seems like he wants to shut a lot of mouths. So I think Ian Machado Gary for me will win in the distance. Who knows what Jeff Neal will get tomorrow? We'll have to wait and see. But I think either way, Ian Machado Gary wins the fight. Bobby Knuckles, Paulo Costa, Borrachinha. I think Paulo Costa wins. And I know the world was on Bobby Knuckles pretty much. But Paulo has been obviously out on the sidelines for a while now. He's scheduled to fight Hamza. It didn't work out. I think he's been working on his craft, man. He seems to be taking this one serious. He looked great in the weigh-ins. He was one of the first ones to weigh in as well, which I thought was interesting. It's not typical. I think he's trying to rehydrate as much as possible. But I think Paulo Costa has been working on his craft secretly, and he's looking good. He's taking it serious, even with his little secret juice and pushing Ian Gary yesterday and waking up Volk and all that stuff. All your typical stuff. He's a superstar. He is a superstar, and he has that potential to be one of the all the way to stardom, like Potan is at the moment as an example. But yeah, I think Paulo Costa wins. Bobby Knuckles, love the guy. I think he's a fantastic fighter. All round skill set is incredible. Wrestling, KO, everything from striking to wrestling is incredible. I'm just concerned, man. That durability. Don't know if it's there. Bobby Knuckles, man. I don't know if he wins this. I really don't. I don't see him winning it, but I see why he's the heavy favourite. I think Costa's a massive underdog, but I think Costa's been working on his craft and he's going to surprise a lot of people, put constant pressure up against Robert Whittaker, who didn't handle the pressure well against DDP. I don't think he'll go down a similar way, unfortunately. Main event, Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria El Matador. I've been following Ilia, like I said initially, for many years, since his Cage Warriors fight. I remember seeing that, and it was incredible. The guy has just he's just so good everywhere. He's so good everywhere. He's so exciting for me. He's the A side. He's the future champion. It's I love Volk. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see how he wins the fight. He's coming back way too soon from the Islam fight. The Islam KO. Sorry. He took some big shots at the heads. I think he's an elite fighter, but he's coming back too soon. He's already talking about UFC 300, so he's looking past Ilya already. Which he said, look, I'm not looking past Ilya, but I'd love to fight in UFC 300. He also said just now in the weigh-ins that he is trying to get as many fights under his belt as possible before he retires. So I feel like he's coming into a realization where he's coming to the end of his career and he's going to try and make as much money as possible, which is fair enough, and he deserves it. He's an elite fighter and a fantastic. He seems like a fantastic person to see anyway. But yeah, I've met Ilya. He's guy's a champion mentality, and you can call him cocky and too much, but he's confident, and you can see when he comes face to face with Volk during fight week that he's respectful of Volk. He's trying to sell the fight, but he's completely confident on his skills, and you want someone who's going to be future champion to be confident on his skills, of course. So it'll be really good. I really can't wait for this fight night. I really can't wait for these fights. I'm really looking forward to the main card. It's going to be awesome. The prelims are even really good. Violence everywhere, to be honest. My four most confident picks would probably be Ilya, Ian Gary, Fluffy, and Barlow. Say Danny Barlow probably. It's tough. My three most confident are definitely those. I think the rest of them are a little bit shady. It's MMA. Anything can happen in MMA. We all know that by now. But thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll try this out. It's my first ever YouTube. See if it's good. See if people are interested in it. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to make more videos. Certainly, if people do enjoy them, I'll change it up. I'm just in one of the spare bedrooms at the moment, so I haven't got any memorabilia or anything in there. But I can add some sorts. And sorry if you can hear my dog during the video as well. I'll try and sort all of those stuff out. But let me know what your predictions are as well. I'm super excited. We're about 28 hours away until Miranda Maverick and Andrea Lee step out to the octagon. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And Dan the Sportsman, I believe is going to be called, out.